just their closeness, the way they look at each other, the way they hold each other, and just really deep with meaning and just really well done. That was the end of the second act, so going into the third act, you just feel, at least I felt, wow, is he gonna get out of this? Yeah, what's this? Grand Sunshine Cinemas. Yeah, really great facility. If you're in Tokyo, it's in the Ikebukuro area. I guess second time around watching Top Gun Maverick. I have to say the subplot of Penny and Maverick is really good, actually. I think this movie is a great action movie, but at the same time it's a pretty good romantic movie as well. Just the mannerisms between Penny and Maverick, the patience she shows with him while he's trying to deal with difficult memories. Wow, that's something you don't see a lot in real life, let alone the movies. But I think the second act is actually a really good, really well written piece of a love story, romance. It's really I think at the core of the film, and which really makes it work extremely well. So into the third act, I think there's a lot to be said about how the second act works as a love story. One that ends happily. So I guess technically you could call it a romance. Love stories tend to end on a sad note. But second act, as far as love story, I think works really well. First time I watched it, I guess I had a bit of reservations as an action film. But it really establishes the emotional core. That's really at the heart of this film. Put your politics aside or what have you. This is a really, really good film. Pretty much a masterpiece, I think. I'm really, really impressed. Second time watching this film, and I'm just more wowed by it than I was in the first time I watched it. The first time I watched it was, Lord have mercy, it was really good. A lot to say about this film. A lot to share. IKEBUKURO. So Top Gun Maverick, great action film. First time I watched it, the second act was, in terms of an action film, maybe not the most explosive action, but really well constructed, so that the third act just works so much better. But then second act, I think, definitely. I can't stress enough how the subplot between Penny and Maverick, what an essential part of the story that just puts everything together. And just to watch Jennifer Connelly as Penny, and how she just quietly observes Maverick during some points in the film, especially that point near the beginning when Goose's son, call name Rooster, playing Great Balls of Fire, and then it just takes a Maverick back to those days with his best friend. Really emotional. I mean, I've had my own share of missing friends who've passed on. So watching something like that really struck a chord with me. But yeah, Penny, what a great character. Great character. And wow, just how well, speechless. It's just so good. Oh my goodness, right on, Jennifer Connelly, right on. Also too, how the acts are constructed, really well written. I mean, stepping into the second act, when Maverick gets his assignment, and then he steps in, and just how they started off with him catching up with Penny, and wow, I don't know, genius? Yeah, probably. Oh man, I really like that. And then at the end of the second act, going into the third act, when time to get into the mission, and Tom Cruise, he walks into a busy bar, Penny's working, he's all dressed up in his naval suit, looking sharp, and there's no dialogue. Like, oh my god, it's beautiful, really well written. And it's just Penny and this Maverick, and I'm feeling emotional. Don't mind. You've been in a lot of relationships like me. I mean, this is kind of like that fairy tale romance we all dream of. But yeah, just the way they filmed it, really well done. I mean, Jennifer Connelly, Tom Cruise, or let's just call them by Penny and Pete, and just their moments together, no dialogue, just their closeness, the way they look at each other, the way they hold each other, and just really deep with meaning, and just really well done. That was the end of the second act, so then going into the third act, you just feel, at least I felt, wow, is he gonna get out of this? Are they gonna get back together? Because Maverick is such a good character that you want the best from him. Yeah, really well done. Oh my goodness, what a film. Yeah, the relationship between Penny and Pete, aka call sign Maverick. I mean, you look at all the other films that have been coming out recently with, the whole woke thing. I mean, just watch how they interact. And just watch how Maverick's written and his relationship with Penny. I mean, he's not a guy, he's not a guy that needs to be fixed, and the woman in his life is gonna fix him. I mean, it's just watching her be patient, by his side, talking to him, not condescendingly. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. Wow. Just really well written. Can't stress that enough. Really well written. I think I would wager to say that Top Gun Maverick is masterpiece. It's just really well structured, extremely, well written, well acted, really good pace. First time watching it, second act, it wasn't lacking. It's just how the second act was constructed and written. First time I watched it, I didn't kind of see the subtleties of how really well it balances all the action and all the conflict. Really has that. I think I've overheard Tom Cruise in interviews for Top Gun, emotional car, and that second act is first act, second act, third act, how they all work really well together. And the relationship between Penny and Maverick, you gotta watch it. It's lose yourself in that world, because yeah, it's really good piece of writing. It's a really good example, and that's why I'm gonna put my vote and say that Top Gun Maverick is a masterpiece. You heard it from here. Okay, well, made it to Tokyo Station from Ikebukuro Station. It's about a 20-25 minute ride. One thing I'd like to add about Top Gun Maverick, I can't stress enough how really fantastic the second act works as a romance between Penny and Pete. But one thing that I really liked was the contrast in the scene where Penny and actually Pete takes Penny back home on his motorcycle. The first time they do that, it's in daylight, and when they say goodbye to each other, Penny goes back home. She closes the door to the house, and then they cut to inside the house where Penny rests on the door to catch her breath. I guess first indication of her having feelings for Pete. Is that an homage to the classic song from the first film, Take My Breath Away? Maybe. But yeah, after that scene, when Pete takes Penny back home on his motorcycle, and this time it's nighttime, and then Pete watches Penny walk back into the house, but instead of closing the door, she leaves the door open, and we all know what that's going to lead to. So Pete goes in the house with Penny, and the time they share together, really well done. How do I say? Not hot and steamy, but just intimate, quiet, respectful, and watching them to, enjoying their time together alone, leading up to a confession about why Pete took Goose's son, Rooster, call name Rooster, took his papers out, holding him back as a naval aviator, which is a really powerful scene, actually. But yeah, just that the contrast, differences, and similarities between the motorcycle ride between Penny and Pete. Really well done. Reminds me of Jackie Chan films. If you watch a lot of them, he does that a lot. Setting one thing up and then paying it off, usually in a comical way. It really worked well in the movie. And Top Gun Maverick, absolutely, I'm gonna say it, it's a masterpiece.